The last corporal work of mercy is give alms to the poor. What we celebrate every Lent is solidified as the final corporal work of mercy. And we see this most especially when Jesus watches those who are in the temple treasury, and among all those who are there putting in whatever amount of money they choose into the temple treasury, he sees a widow, and the widow puts in 2 small coins, the widow's mite. And Jesus says to his disciples, "Come here. Do you notice this widow? Do you know what she's just done? All these others have given of their surplus wealth, but she has given all that she has, and she's given it to God. She's given far more than all the rest combined." Now, to understand why, my dear friends in Christ, let's look a little bit more deep into what's happening. For our Jewish sisters and brothers, they are doing what is understood as lawful. They're giving a certain percentage of their wealth to the temple treasury. It is understood according to Jewish practice and faith that that act is an act of justice. It is what is due to someone else. They give out of a sense of justice. So the fact that this widow is giving of her money, all that she has, to give to the temple treasury, she's seeing this act of justice as greater than her own survival. Now, my dear friends of Christ, because you and I are Catholic Christians, we do not give necessarily out of justice. There's another deeper level as to why you and I give alms to the poor. We give out of charity. Charity is a uniquely Christian virtue. No other religion in the world has the virtue of charity. And why? Because Christ himself is charity, is the deepest, selfless love that there is. So, my dear friends of Christ, when you and I give alms to the poor, we are being like Christ. We are being charitable. And we are giving what we have, of what we have, to others. Many saints have said, "Are there 2 coats in your closet? One of them belongs to the poor. Are there 2 shirts in your closet? One of those belongs to the poor. 2 sets of shoes? One of those sets belongs to the poor." Now, my dear friends of Christ, we're not being asked necessarily to pare down everything we have just to 1 set. But nevertheless, all of us have a surplus of clothing. All of us have a surplus of goods at our house. We can easily give those to the poor in our parish. Many of us have a St. Vincent de Paul Society. We can drop those off. All of us have a poor box, and all of us have a favorite charity. Maybe your local Goodwill could use those clothes and use those funds from those clothing that they sell. They could give that to their particular organization, or it can be given to the poor easily. You can have a garage sale and give the funds from those clothing and other such things you sold to the poor. My dear friends of Christ, giving alms to the poor lets them know that they are not forgotten, that they are remembered, and that they are held close in heart. It lets them know that in your heart and in my heart, we've made room for them. We've made space for grace.